Type the words Trump and Russia into the New York Times search bar and you'll get over 15,000 results. At the Washington Post, this search will bring up 27,000 entries since 2005. And then you say, compare this to the phrase opioid crisis over the same period, which returns just 1,047 results at the Times and 2,639 results at the Washington Post. And you go on, homelessness gets a mere 4,818 results and income inequality gets just under 3,000. What does that describe to you?
So sociologists have gone back and trawled the archives of the New York Times to teach us what they are focused on and what they're not. I just did this little search to show that gap. But I think the point I was trying to make is Trump and Russia, I mean, of course, now we know, right, that so much of that Russiagate story was wrong, right, was, completely false. But even at the time, the idea that somehow Trump and Russia was more important than homelessness, was more important than opioid addiction, which was robbing working class Americans of their lives, like the deaths of despair, just committing suicide out of despair. I mean, the idea that Trump and whatever had to do with Russia, that was 5 times more important than what was happening, in our inner cities, that it's obviously false. It's obviously wrong. And what it shows is that this is not being driven by any kind of journalistic value or ethic. It's being driven by something completely different, which is what the appetite of affluent liberals is for the news. The media is reflecting what they want to read about, and what they want to read about are the things that make them feel very passionate and very emotional. And the things that make them passionate and emotional are not, unfortunately, the things that they're implicated in, the economic inequality, the opioid addiction, all of this stuff. It's the things that sort of let them off the hook, like hating on Trump, a moral panic about race.
So in 2020, Butler published a book, Bad News: How Woke Media is Undermining Democracy.